This lesson is about installation of the command line version of Java. Now this course is taught using the command line version. Of course, if you've elected to use an IDE, you won't need to do any of this. To install the command line version of Java, you'll need to do three things. Download Java from Sun, select the text editor that you'll be using, and set your system's path variable. The first thing to do is download Java. To do that, you'll need to go to this website. Any version of Java from 1.2 on will work fine for this course. You can get the latest version if you wish, but each version has larger downloads and takes up more disk space than the ones before it. Nothing fundamental has changed from one version to the next since version 1.2, but lots of new classes have been added to the standard library, so it's much larger. You'll find links to Sun's Java download at this website. This is the same site that I mentioned in the previous lesson. You'll be given a choice as to whether or not you want to download NetBeans. NetBeans is the Sun 1 IDE mentioned in the previous lesson. If you want to use the command line, you don't want the NetBeans version. It and the command line version can't be both installed and used at once. You'll need the documentation. It can be downloaded from the same location and installed as a set of HTML pages on your local machine. It's quite large, so if you prefer, you may just want to keep track of the link to it on the Sun website and do your lookups there. I use it a lot, so I have it on my local machine. You will find installation instructions on Sun's website, but it's a very simple thing to do. For Windows, the file you download will have a .exe suffix, which indicates that it's an executable program. Run the program, answer the questions, and Java will install itself. Now, the installation procedure will create a directory for the Java files, and you're going to need to know the name of that directory later, so jot it down somewhere so you'll have it when you set the path. This goes for Linux and Unix installations as well as Windows. The next thing you'll need to do is select your text editor. This is entirely a matter of personal preference. Different people work in different ways, and an editor that's wonderful for one person will be terrible for another. The bottom line is this. Any old editor will do. Some people prefer to use a word processor. And that's fine, just as long as you can produce simple, plain ASCII text files. The fundamental text editor that comes with DOS is named Edit. It's already there, and you can use it to write programs. All you have to do is enter the command edit followed by the name of the file, and you're off and running. Another editor that comes already installed is named Notepad. Notepad does have one odd little quirk. If you save a file to a new name, be sure to enter that name enclosed in quotes. If you don't, Notepad will change the name. Sometimes it trims stuff off the end, sometimes it adds stuff onto the end, and sometimes it does both. There are several other text editors available, mostly for free. If you go to that same website that I gave you earlier, you'll find a list of links to editors that can be downloaded. Any one of these is going to be better than the ones that come with your system. The last step is to set the path variable, so when you enter something from the command line, DOS will be able to find it. The path variable is nothing more than a list of directory names separated by semicolons, and when you enter a command on the command line, it looks in these directories to find it. The only difference on Linux and Unix is that the directory names are separated by colons. To see how it's currently set on your system, just open a DOS window and enter the word path. The current path setting will be listed. Each of the directories in the list will be searched for any command you enter. Notice in this example that the last directory in the list is the one that was added, and it's the one containing the Java compiler for Java version 1.4.2. The path variable contents can be edited in the System Properties window. The window shown here lists the environment variables on a Windows XP system, but other versions of Windows, since 95 and 98, all work basically the same way.